subject that constitutes of the generation part. Okay, so in this subject T and D, what we are going to see that the transmission and the distribution uh, helps. What they do actually, generation is where the power plants generate the electrical energy. So from them the electrical energy is transferred to the distribution part with the help of transmission lines that carry the electrical power at various voltage levels, and then they are delivered to the distribution part. Distribution is that part where they feed the substation with whatever the transmitted power came, that they feed those to the nearby load centers and the convenient points. So this was about the generation, transmission, distribution, and to be specific, we are starting with the transmission part. The single line diagram is this. We saw that how it took place. The starting was generation, then from generation to transmission, then to the distribution. Now, transmission part consists of primary transmission and secondary transmission, which is the written as the transmission lines and sub-transmission voltages. From there, it is transferred to the distribution part, which is again the primary distribution and the secondary distribution. So generation, generally the operating voltages are 6.6 kV, 11 kV, 22 kV and 33 kV. And the primary distribution, the next step after generation, it goes to primary transmission. So there the voltages are 66, 110, 132, 220 and 400 kV. Now, next part is the secondary transmission, where the voltage is relatively low because transformer steps down a bit in the secondary transmission. So before primary transmission, the transformer step up, and after primary transmission, the transformer steps down for secondary transmission at 11 kV, 2 kV or 33 kV. Next is the primary distribution, which is carried out as even lower voltage, again a transformer. So 3.3 kV, 6.6 kV and 11 kV. And then comes the secondary distribution, which is for the consumer ends, for us, people like us, like the domestic people, the industrial and commercial people, they have the voltages of 230 volt to 400 volt. Okay, so next, moving on to the main thing, the transmission and distributions advantages. Now, among these three, you can see the voltages of the transmission part, which is the highest. Means the at transmission primary transmission stage, you see, it is carried at the highest voltages. Then the secondary transmission, the next highest voltages. So why is that the need of carrying the transmission part at high voltage? What is the purpose, or what is the reason that we carry out transmission at high voltages? So here goes the main reasons, or rather the advantages of high voltage transmission. As I explained in the previous class, that reduction in current is the first part. I told you that the formula for this, if you remember. So everyone ready with the pen and paper, right?
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
So the first part I am just explaining the reduction in current part. Okay. Just watch the screen. Yeah. So we all know this formula, the formula of power for three phase. If it is three phase, then it is ignore my handwriting because I'm doing it in mouse. So this is known to everyone.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, right. So from here we can write Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now, now imagine P is constant. Power transfer by transmission is constant. Means the electrical power that is transferred, P is constant. Now, voltage V is very high. Then obviously current will be low, because as you can see, if P is constant, I and V are inversely proportional. Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so till this, everyone clear that why at high voltage reduction of current occurs? Because at high voltage, if V is very high, I will be definitely low, and if obviously V is low, I will be very high. Yes, inversely proportional. So this is the first point, which is the reduction in current. You see the first one, reduction in current. Next is the reduction in losses. Okay, so I'm just writing the terms. Kindly write this down in your with the pen and paper that you are writing. So don't be so dumb enough that these are the things that you need to write. Other things you already know. So the things that is already typed, I do not need to write them. So whatever I am writing, it will be your advantage if you write them down. Especially to the diploma students, I'm telling. Okay, so next is the reduction in the losses. So if I is equals to P divided by root 3 V cos phi, then obviously from here we can write I square. I square will be equals to how much? Just write. So I square will be equals to P square divided by 3 V square cos square phi. Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
Hmm. So that means the relation becomes I square inversely proportional to V square, right? What we know that the formula of loss is I square R. Yes or no? Till this part clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So I'm not wasting much time here. If I square R is equals to losses, then reduction of losses will again occur, because I square is inversely proportional to V square. So at very high voltages, losses will be less. So this is the other term that you need to write down, that losses is equals to I square R. So I square R is basically equals to P square divided by 3 V square cos square phi. Hence, the losses are also reduced, right? Just kindly write this down. Next is, let me know if you have not written it down, then I'll say whatever the things, if it is needed to explain, ask me. Next is the reduction in conductor material. Transmission lines obviously consist of conductors. You have seen that the towers that carry the 3 wires, those wires are the conductors. Obviously insulated conductors are also there. So those live wires that you see, those are the conductors. Now we need a high voltage transmission, because it also reduces that conductor material, means the volume of the conductor. What is the total volume of the conductor? That is even reduced by this. So how is it reduced? volume, can you tell me the formula of volume? Volume of anything? How do we measure the volume of anything? How do we measure volume? Formula of volume is what? I'm not asking about any shape, a cylinder or circus sphere. I'm not asking that. In general, formula is what?
LBH.
Huh?
Length
No, not.
LBH.
I'm not asking about cylinder or anything. No specific shape. In general, how do we measure the volume?
Length into width,
We
ma'am.
took length into width into height, ma'am.
Right. So basically, area into
Yes.
length, right? A into L, area into length. Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
So area into length is equals to volume, we can say. So here I just stated that what happens in high voltage, reduction in conductor material. So reduction in conductor material means reduction in volume of the conductor material. It means whatever the material there is, obviously the reduction in the volume is only reduction in conductor material. So there I can say that suppose there is a conductor of um, L. L is the length. Let me write small l. Okay, this is not working anyway. So L is suppose the length of the line. Okay, in meters, and A is the cross sectional area. Correct. Now rho is the, rho, resistivity.
Yes, ma'am.
So rho is the resistivity of the conductor material, and R is the resistance of the conductor. So these are the parameters. I'm not writing it down. L is the length in meters, A is the area of the cross section, rho is the resistivity of the conductor, and R, capital R, is the resistance of the conductor. So if I take these parameters, then we already know this formula. I hope you are familiar with that. R is equals to rho L by A. Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
Huh. So resistance is equals to this is not P, by the way, this is rho L by A. Do not write it as P. So rho L by A is equals to R, resistance. Now we have already known that I, whatever the formula that I told, that P is equals to root 3 VI cos phi. Yes, right? Now from here I wrote that I was equals to P divided by root 3 yes, up to this much, right? Correct. Now if I want to calculate or rather I want to know the value of volume, then we need to know A. What is A equals to? So what will I do? First, the losses part, as I was telling you. Are you writing this down? Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
Everyone, please write this down.
Yes, ma'am.
So I square R, or rather for the three phase, it should be 3 I square R, because 3 conductors. So 3 I square R is equals to basically 3. I's value I am putting. This value of I, whatever I wrote, this I am writing here. Directly putting into square, P square divided by 3 will be cancelled. Yes, this is I square and R. Okay, into R. Right, everyone? Everyone written this down, because I will rub this. I do not have
Ma'am,
any
below that,
space. Huh.
ma'am, below that resistivity formula, how it came in 3 I square R?
3 I square R is the losses. I square is the losses, copper loss, that you know, right? I square R is the copper loss, and we are dealing with 3 phase, so 3 lines, so 3 I square R.
Okay.
Anyone, any question, please ask. Till this, everyone clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Now, yes. So now I'll be just writing this 3 in this equation, just I which last one that I wrote, this 3 p square into R divided by 3 v square cos square phi. So for this, just put the value of R as rho L by A in this equation. Okay, just put rho L by A in place of R. So 3 and 3 gets cancelled. P square into, I'll just write the entire term first. P square divided by v square cos square phi multiplied by, now you are putting the value of R, which is rho L by A, right? Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
So if this is the value of the loss, that is 3 I square R. Now let me represent this 3 I square R, which is the losses part, as a W. Means let this 3 I square R equals to W. So I am writing here this as just W. W equals to this entire part. Okay. So now from this equation, just find the value of A. That is the area. Can you find that? Just write. Into W. Okay. Yes, everyone, correct or not?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
So volume formula is equals to A into L, right? Volume of the conductor, this is, I'm not writing entirely. So volume of the conductor is equals to A into L. That is equals to this A multiplied by L. So this will just become L square. So yes, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So now you see the volume of the copper used, copper conductor actually. Now volume I have written as this A into L. For three phases it will be three. One means this is for one conductor. So for three phase it is 3 into A by L. So it will just become 3 into this term. Okay, for three phase. Now because there are three lines going, that is why for the three conductor lines it is the formula. So you see, it is seen from this equation that the volume of the conductor required is inversely proportional to the square of the transmission voltage, V square in the denominator. So this means that square of the voltage and square of the power factor, that is cos phi, for them it is inversely proportional with the volume. Hence at high voltage, obviously at high voltage, if you carry out, it will be the volume of conductor material required will be very low. Understood or not?
Yes, ma'am. Understood, ma'am.
Anyone having any problem? Diploma students, are you even listening?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, any of the diploma students having any problem, please ask. Okay, till this everyone clear, I hope. Now, obviously we know that it is inversely proportional to voltage and power factors square, means square of the transmission voltage and power factor for a given value of P power, for a given value of W, means the I square R loss, and for the given value of rho and L, means considering resistivity and the length of the conductor as constant. Obviously, these are constant quantities only. So P, rho, L constant, and also W constant, we can see that volume is inversely proportional to transmission voltages square and cos square, that is a power factor square. Okay, so I hope this part clear. Now yeah, so reduction, third point I just proved with the derivation, the reduction in the volume of the conductor material or the reduction in conductor material. The next is the decrease in voltage drop. Okay, so what is the relation between voltage and line drop, rather than voltage drop and the voltage, high voltage? So that I'll just explain again. I hope I can delete this one. Everyone taken down, written this.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I'm rubbing this. I'm creating a new file. Yes. Now you see what is the effect of high voltage on line drop. Line drop means what? There is a sending end. What is transmission line? We can say transmission lines as uh, this one, as I was saying in the previous. I cannot draw a straight line. Just Now you see there are two ends of the line. The line that is joining this is known as the transmission line. It has a sending end voltage, sending end voltage. We term this as Vs, the sending end voltage, and Vr as the receiving end voltage. Why? Because this is the sending end, this is the receiving end. Means from here the generation was occurring. The generation is occurring from this end. Okay. So after generation, it goes to the sending end, and from the sending end we represent this. This is a standard form of representation of a transmission line. So from the generation it is going to the sending end to the receiving end, the transmission lines are joining them. So from the receiving end again it goes to the different feeders, rather the distribution feeders, to be specific. Okay. So I'm considering now only this part, that is the transmission line part. This part we are considering. So Vs and Vr are the sending end voltage and the receiving end voltages. So apart from that, I just want to say that this line has a certain line drop. Means this voltage Vs and Vr is not the same. If Vs and Vr is not the same, then definitely some amount of voltage drop is happening from this end to this end. Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you understanding? I am asking that Vs is not equals to Vr. Obviously, in any ways, depending upon the line, it is short transmission line or long transmission line or medium transmission line. Three kinds of classification of transmission lines are there. So depending upon them, the sending end voltage and the receiving end voltage can be greater to, equal to, or less than each other. Means I consider that Vr is less than Vs. Receiving end voltage we are getting low than sending end voltage. So definitely there will be some amount of line drop, the line drop that is there. So that depends on what? That depends upon the current that this is carrying and the resistance that it has. So we can say that a line drop, I'm just writing down the line drop, that is the line voltage drop. So I'm writing line drop equals to line drop equals to, I can write as I into R. I into R I can write as the line drop. Is it visible to you all?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
So if I into R I am writing as line drop, then again substituting the value of R as rho L by A. I into rho L by A. Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
So I can write this I into rho L by A equals to the line drop. So the line drop can be represented here now as I into rho L, and A can be represented by, do you know current density J? Have you ever heard of J, current density?
Yes, ma'am.
So I can write A equals to I by J, current divided by current density. Yes or no? Huh? Correct? Anyone having any confusion, just ask me. J is the current density. Current density means current per area. Current per area means area is equals to I by J, current divided by current density. Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Right. Okay. So that means we can write this as J rho L by V. I am representing just the line drop. Okay. So, okay, in general, I am just saying that higher is the transmission voltage, lesser is the percentage line drop. Yes or no? If you see the voltage, then that voltage, I can say that the higher is the transmission voltage level, lesser is the percentage line drop. Because line drop is basically, as we can see, J rho L. J will be coming upwards, right? J will be coming here. So, J rho L by V, because I and I cancels, this I and this I cancels. So this V, basically line drop is V, right? So line voltage drop is equals to J rho L by V into 100. Okay, I think Vinod sir is waiting for the next class. I'll just finish this in the next class. I have today only from 1 o'clock. So be online at 1 o'clock. Be ready with pen and paper and everything. Okay, already I have delayed the class a lot. So be ready. I'll just leave this because we do not have much time. Okay, so we did till the decrease in voltage drop. From 1 o'clock, I'll continue in the next class. You join Vinod Patil sir's class. Okay, I'm just leaving. Everyone can leave. Okay.